Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SmackDown Live! And here we are tonight with an amazing show. This is the first SmackDown Live since WrestleMania. So much has changed here. The landscape over here on SmackDown is completely different. And now everybody's wondering what's going to happen now that we have a brand new world champion, and now that our old world champion, Wade Barrett, is gone. What is going to happen from here? What are we going to hear from our new world champ? What is he going to say? Now that Samoa Joe is your world heavyweight champion, what is he going to say? He is now running the locker room in the back. You have to assume that people may or may not respect Joe right out the gate. People might be like, okay, this guy has been here a little bit, but I've been here longer than him. I've worked harder than Joe. But Joe can arguably make the claim that, hey, I've come in here and I've dominated. And if any of you guys wanted to be the man, you had to beat me now to become the man. I beat the guy that whooped everybody's behind in that locker room week in and week out. So now what are you going to do to stop me? Now Joe can have that perspective, and in a lot of ways that works out for Joe. But now the world wants to hear what Samoa Joe has to say. Big words coming from Samoa Joe there, making a giant statement to that whole entire locker room of who is the man and who is going to be in charge and whose yard this is exactly. But it doesn't seem like everybody here tonight is accepting of that. Because now the whole building has erupted as Randy Orton is making his way out to the ring. Now, Orton has been a character in Universe Mode that we have not been sure about. And taking a look at last night in particular, Samoa Joe and Wade Barrett had a hell of a match. These guys do everything but the kitchen sink at each other. They literally threw it all out there for a performance, but even past the performance end of it. It was a fight. It was a fight for the championship. It was a fight for respect. It was a fight for territory. And honestly, it was probably one of the biggest fights I've seen in a long time take place here in Universe Mode. And I think at the end of the day, that was something that meant a lot to Wade Barrett, and I know it definitely meant a lot to Samoa Joe. And it was weird to kind of watch that match. It was a lot. It took a lot out of me. But it was just so brutal, so violent, so vicious. It continuously brought the hard-hitting feelings, and you didn't know who was going to win throughout the whole entire match. And it was great, and I loved a lot of that match. Orton is he's a legend, obviously. We all know Randy Orton is a legend. But the question is, where is Orton standing? And what is Orton going to say now approaching your new world champ? Because now, Joe is the guy. Like it or not, he's the guy. And he's a dominant guy, nevertheless. Now, is Orton now going to make some type of power shift? Trying to go for it? Like, is he going to make a power play for Samoa Joe? Now, that's going to be interesting to see what Randy Orton does here tonight. Or will he just back off to graciously show his love for the brand new champion? That is all the questions going through my mind right now.
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
Awesome! I came to the game to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees.
The Miz What can't you say about The Miz? This guy's been on a hot streak. The Miz has gone from being one of the most underrated guys here in Universe Mode to being probably one of my favorites. Honestly, The Miz is somebody that for a long time I was a big fan of. I can admit that. I'm big enough to say it. I was a big fan of The Miz at one point. The guy, he had big hopes and dreams of being something huge. I believed in those hopes and dreams. And then The Miz just went on to disappoint and disappoint and disappoint and disappoint. And for so long, he was so underrated. People did not want to see The Miz. And now he's found a way to reinvigorate himself and find a way to make himself relevant once again here in the space of wrestling. And I think that was something The Miz needed to do. But at the same time, I think The Miz still has a lot of proving to so many people of how great he really is. Yes, he's told people, yes, he's awesome, he has a beautiful wife, all these different things. But now it's time to continuously put the work in and prove it to people. Miz has made movies, but now tonight he's going to have to continuously be on a path. Finn Balor. Finn Balor is one of my favorites here in Universe Mode. I just gotta be honest, I'm a little biased when it comes to Finn Balor. Because Finn Balor is just incredible. This guy is one of my favorite prospects here in Universe Mode. And the fact that he's on the SmackDown roster just makes it even better. And Balor has shown that SmackDown is still the place to be. Given the trades, given the draft, SmackDown is still the place to be. It's bringing the A game. It's still bringing the talent. And the commissioner has made sure guys like Balor are here on SmackDown. And Balor is set to take on The Miz here next. And this is going to be incredible. We'll be right back. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. As The Miz throwing Finn Balor into the corner. And Finn Balor now is probably one of my favorites here in this match. But you cannot count The Miz out as he is on this quest to be one of the greatest. And this guy, he's so determined that he will do anything and everything to become the best. And I don't think you could put past that with a lot of people. And I think if you want to be the best here in Universe Mode, you have to have that sort of mentality. That's the mentality that wins you championships. That's the mentality that separates the boys from the men. And I think The Miz is starting to have that man mentality. Finn Balor now with the great offense, throwing The Miz right there into the corner. Miz on the top rope now. Oh, what are you going to see now from Balor? Balor now. Cover. 1, 2. Just an easy 2 count there. Balor could not quite get the win off of that very basic maneuver so far. It's still early on in the contest, so it's anybody's game. So anybody can still win this match. So they just have to kind of get out the bricks. But Finn Balor is good. He needs to show everybody why he's still that good. And Miz now with a reversal. But now, Finn Balor is probably one of my picks into why SmackDown is great right now. I think Balor, to me, has the charisma, the look that I think SmackDown is going for. I think a lot of people on SmackDown are having that look of, hey, you got to be confident in yourself. You have to be confident in who you are and what you want to be and what this show is going to be. This is the land of opportunity. SmackDown Live is the place to be. And if you haven't recognized that yet, then what are you doing? And I think Finn Balor is showing everybody of why this is great. As I don't understand why Maurice is now sliding in a chair. This is not a no disqualification match, but she might be trying to help out her newfound husband. As The Miz is completely dominating Finn Balor thus far. But we'll be right back after these messages. And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, as Finn Balor is getting ready to tee off on The Miz right there in the corner. Balor has now become the dominant aggressor in the match as Maurice now tries to get interfering on this match to allow her husband to kind of get his shot. Balor now on the apron. What we're going to see now from Finn Balor as he climbs to the top rope. Now, Finn Balor, I like this guy as he's getting ready to go up to the top rope for the coup de grace. Oh, can Balor end the match now? Oh, no. What the heck? Maurice needs to stop. He needs to stop interfering. Balor doesn't have anyone out there. Maurice is cheating. The referee needs to get her out of here. Unfair display of competition. This is not fair for Finn Balor. As The Miz now is in the corner.
Fireman's carry. This doesn't look good, Corey. Couldn't agree more, Cole. This has got trouble written.
Oh, Miz! Miz heading out to the outside, trying to rethink his game plan for the match. He's also trying to seem like to maybe feel himself a little bit here, to get his head out of the blocks a little bit. Balor trying to get to him, but the referee's not going to allow it at all. Oh, it might be a brawl now. And Balor heads out to the outside, and The Miz is not going to allow any sort of Balor onslaught. Oh, what are you going to see now from Miz? Oh, is Miz just going to leave? Oh, no. Miz is not going to get out of here. Miz is just going to contemplate what he's going to do next. Get his mind right. Get his head together. Here comes Balor. Balor sending Miz back on the inside of the ring. Oh, what are you going to see now from Finn Balor? Cover. 1, 2. Just needs a 2 count. Oh, Finn Balor heading up to the top rope. What are you going to see now from Finn Balor? Is Finn Balor getting ready to fly? Is he getting ready to show us his aerial abilities here with the coup de grace? Balor connects. Balor connects with the cover. 1, 2, 3. Finn Balor wins here tonight. Now, Finn Balor had a great display of competition against The Miz here tonight. As we look at these replays. Now, Balor and The Miz had some good action. They had a good little bit of a back and forth. But ultimately, Finn Balor showed that he didn't need anybody like The Miz did. And he just did it himself. Finn Balor was able to end The Miz easily with the coup de grace. Not 1, but 2 coup de grace. Which is a little more than what Balor probably wanted. But it was enough to end The Miz here tonight. And with all the action going on, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Crown the Empire, for their song Machines and for allowing it to be our Backlash theme song. Now you can get their song on both Spotify and Apple of all their products. That is iTunes and Apple Music, of course. So, Crown the Empire, once again, thank you. You guys are going to be helping sponsor our Electric Backlash pick. CM Punk is somebody that has shocked the world multiple times over. CM Punk is somebody that is someone the fans relate to. He is someone that is a cult of personality, for lack of a better term. CM Punk is the voice of the voices, the ones that the people who cannot speak for themselves look to speak for them. The guy that is preferably the microphone of a generation, the talking people, very good. And CM Punk last night took on Jeff Hardy. Question on everyone's mind in the Rumble been going on in the locker room. Oh, Punk has an announcement to make. Punk has something he wants to talk about. What's Punk gonna say? Is he gonna run the world title? What's gonna happen? What's Punk gonna say? Now these are all important key things to what the next few years could look like for Universe Mode and for CM Punk. The Usos! This is the team that I feel like is hot right now. These guys are just those dudes. They like to have a good time and talk about reinvention. Here on SmackDown Live, we're all about reinvention. We're all about opportunity. And SmackDown Live continuously proves how much we're about that here. And just not with the new name and going live, we're about it in more ways than just that. Now you see guys like the Usos who were this one act, who were a good tag team. They were twins, they were funny, they would get the crowd all hyped up. Now you see them out here, the more hip-hop, more NWA centric, They just have a different feel to them than they ever had. And I think it's the best look we've ever seen for the Usos. But will that look translate into match quality as they take on the Hardy Boys here tonight? Now, the Hardy Boys are your #1 contenders for the Wolves, aka Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards Tag Championships, and they will be going head-to-head at Backlash in 2 weeks for those belts. But the thing that's on everybody's mind is how well will they fare against the Wolves. A lot of people are like, okay, the Wolves have been white hot. Okay, but these are the Hardys. These are the Hardys. The Hardys gotta win. The Hardys will win. There's no way the Hardys won't win. And now that's a question. Now that's a debate some people are having. Now, the Hardys have to then build that momentum up because they're #1 contenders. This shit matters. No matter what they want to think, this matters right here. This moment matters, and they must make it count. So they must get their team together. They've already had a solid foundation. They've been tag team for years, but since rebranding as SmackDown Live, since coming back here to Universe Mode, they have not become tag champions. That's something they know they want to do. That's something they know they have to do before they retire, before they call it the end. It can't be quits until they become tag champs. There's a lot of young tags and a lot of guys that are hungry, and they'll be glad to take the Hardy Boys right off the chopping blocks. But if the Hardy Boys stay strong, they keep proving that they're not willing to turn over for anybody in the industry. Doesn't matter who they think they are, they're going to be successful. But that's going to be a roadblock they're going to have to overcome, because right now they are the veterans. They are the older guys in the locker room, and they're going to have to prove that they can stick around with some of these younger guys who are faster, who are more agile, who are doing the stuff that they were doing in their 20s and 30s. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy are a little bit slower, but they still got the talent. They still got the knowledge of how to get around in that ring, how to make waves in that squared circle week in and week out. That's why everybody loves Jeff and Matt Hardy. These two are incredible. Now, how will they fare against the Usos tonight? We'll just have to wait and see. As Jeff Hardy, right out the gate, is already with the high intensity, and I think this is just going to be a great telling competition how Jeff Hardy carries himself, about how Matt Hardy carries himself, about how the Usos are going to carry themselves in the match, as to the brawl on the outside of the ring. Now, this is just going to show you here of how the dynamic of the Usos. The Usos are twin brothers. The Hardys are brothers, but they're not twins. This is a battle of brothers in a lot of ways. So let's just see what kind of how this can take us, because the brothers are definitely going to be teaming up here. Now, the Hardys are a more experienced team, but the Usos have grown up in this industry. Their father is Rikishi. Let's not forget that. Their father has seen them grow up here. And now, honestly, their cousins with The Rock, their family members have a long lineage in this industry. They've grown up in this. They were born and raised in this. As one of the Usos is now on the top rope, diving off the top. Now, this is something that a lot of people take for granted. This is that high-intensity action that SmackDown Live has promised you. The referee's count is still increasing, and we're wondering, will there be a count out? How will this match end? Will this match end in a count out? What is going to happen here? How is this match going to end? Now, Jeff Hardy is definitely very good at playing offense, as he goes for the signature move there. Now, Hardy's offense is so good that it makes up for his defense not being as solid. But with his brother Matt has a very solid ground game and defensive offense. Now, why I say defensive offense is Matt Hardy brings a different type of dynamic into tag team wrestling that you won't often see. Matt has a slower, methodical pace that a lot of people are a little interested in. But we'll have to see more of that after we'll be right back.
This might be the end of the road. If he can't get back to his feet, you're absolutely right.
As Matt now is still on the aggressor, we're back in action. As Matt is now completely destroying one of the Usos. I believe that's Jay Uso to be exact. Matt Hardy with the twist of fate. Matt Hardy with a cover. 1, 2, 2.5 count. Now, Hardy is good. Matt Hardy is probably more the technical wrestler of the team than Jeff Hardy. And with the Usos, they have a more upbeat style, to say the least, than the Hardys have currently. But I think when it comes to meshing as a tag team, the Hardys just are the seasoned veterans in that field, so you have to kind of give them a slight competitive edge there. But when it comes down to the Usos, when you really take in the type of game that they bring and the type of strategies that they usually bring to a match, you have to kind of understand that they're the type of tag team to not allow other people to battle the relationship. But I think a lot of times with some tag teams, egos get in the way. And with the Usos, that's not even the thing. And being twins, I feel like a lot of people get them confused and kind of don't know how to necessarily study them correctly because of their twins. So I think they have an advantage there. And I think although the Hardys are very much focused on Backlash, on Davey Richards, on Eddie Edwards, but tonight it's looking so far like the Usos are showing themselves as almost David, and this is Goliath in a sense, as the Usos are now teeing off on Matt Hardy. Now this is just something that you have to come to expect. But in the story of David and Goliath, Goliath continuously beats and destroys David. Now, this could be a story where Goliath just comes out on top, because I don't see a reality yet where the Usos could necessarily win. But the Usos are giving it to the Hardys now as they're trying to fight back into this match. This is still anybody's game. Let's not get it confused. It may be the Hardys thus far, but this is still anybody's game. Oh! Uso from the top rope. 1, 2, 3. The Usos win here tonight. I can't believe we just saw there. The Usos are your winners here tonight. I don't know what that's going to do for the Hardys. They almost thought they had it. They had so much dominance. I don't know what that's going to do for them. Oh, man. Matt really dropped the ball here tonight for the Hardys. Jeff could have saved them. Jeff was right there. What the heck happened? Next week on Thursday Night SmackDown, Vince McMahon will be making an appearance on the show to make a huge announcement. What will that announcement be? All your questions and more will be answered on the next episode of Thursday Night SmackDown. Tune in to find out. Neville is someone that I feel like I keep having to bring this up. I feel like I keep having to talk about this, but I just gotta keep making this point because it's so true about so many people here on SmackDown Live. So many guys here reinvented themselves and reinvigorated their career for the better. And Neville's another one you gotta add to that list, where we've brought in a lot of young talent, a lot of high-flying guys that people call cruiserweights. Neville has risen to the top of that and has called himself the king of the cruiserweight, which is a pretty bold claim to make, but Neville backs it up week in and week out, and I feel like Neville's going to continuously prove that. And I think, honestly, if you really want to talk about pound for pound, Neville's the guy. I think anybody that denies Neville of being the guy, it doesn't know what they're talking about. He is the guy. You just don't know it yet. He now has to prove it to everyone else. He proved it to the commissioner, and I'm pretty sure that's why he's in this position here. Kevin Owens had an epic match last night at WrestleMania against his best friend, Sami Zayn. He threw everything at Sami Zayn. They gave it their all. It was best friends that turned into bitter enemies. It was something that you could tell was personal. And it wasn't about the IC title for Sami Zayn. It was about his best friend stabbing him in the back. It was about his best friend turning on him. And you could tell Sami Zayn was devastated. Kevin Owens, it was a fight. It was personal, but it was a fight. A fight to make a better reality for he and his family. And that's all Kevin saw it as. All Kevin Owens would ever speak of it as. So, but tonight is business as usual for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens now is somebody that you could already tell is very violent, very vicious on the inside of that ring. And Owens, coming off of that display he had at WrestleMania, I would not want to turn my back on him. I don't think he's a guy I want to necessarily go in that ring with and trust with my life. I don't think he's the guy I want to do that with. I think Owens is just too violent. He's just too angry. He's too uncontrolled. He's too untamable. The guy is not someone that you could trust. And honestly, he's your he's your Intercontinental Champion. And with him having that belt, that can only mean bad things for the guys that are in that division, because now anybody that wants a shot at that has to go through him. And that's not safe for anybody. But for truth be told, that's good for Owens. He's a good position for him. It's bigger checks, that bigger merch deals, that bigger crowd showing up at the house shows for him. See, that's bigger for him. It's growing for him. So that's great for Owens, but bad for anybody else that wants to become champion. Bad for anybody that wants to try to take it from him, because Owens is the guy that's trying to run that yard. Like, that's an interesting dynamic. And when you're in that spot, it's not easy for anybody. And Kevin Owens is the guy that literally comes in and destroys guys. That's what he does. He destroys guys week in and week out. Neville is good. Neville is great. But Neville is not Kevin Owens. Let's not get that confused. Neville does not have the pure strength and the pure brute force that Kevin Owens brings to the table. Kevin Owens continuously brings that to the table week in and week out. And I think, truth be told, if we're being on a pound for pound, Kevin Owens is my guy. Neville is my guy when it comes down to the aerial ability and when it comes to that just strict wrestling. But you can't count Kevin Owens out of that division either. So this is kind of a complicated match, seeing as they're both going back and forth here, and they're both showing their great vast ability inside of the ring. And you can either really overlook anything, but Kevin Owens has been showing just a great amount of strength so far. But if Kevin Owens can ground Neville, that's how he wins this match. But thus far, Neville's been trying to fight into it. But, Owens, once again, is continuously showing his strength and continuously trying to ground Neville. Continuously coming in here with that game plan. He's not a fool. Owens is smart. He is not somebody you're going to just outsmart really quickly. He is somebody that comes in here thinking about this. It isn't just a mindless street fight to him. He is not a common wrestler. He is trying to become a genius of the craft. And that is the thing. This is everything to Kevin Owens. This is more money for he and his family. This is a better life, bigger opportunities, bigger homes, better chances. All these things that Owens never had access to that he now has access to being here in universe mode. And these are things that he is now opened up for. And when you look at this, and when you look at the honest ability that he's been given, yes, Neville right now is showing a great sense of offense, but it's been non-stop defense on Neville's part. And some people say defense wins championships. Not around here. It's the offense that truly bringing that. Neville is showing great offense ability by flying around, and that is looking great. Neville has shown nothing but that. But I can't stress this enough. Where is Sami Zayn right now? Kevin Owens now with the power bomb. 1, 2, 3. A 3 count there. Kevin Owens is your winner here tonight. Owens just came in here and destroyed Neville and showed him, hey, I'm not going to be the guy you're going to push around. I'm going to come in here and do what I did to Sami Zayn. You see what happened to him? I'm going to do it to you here tonight, and I'm going to walk away smiling with a laugh on my face because I did it again. Here we are with the main event. Randy Orton, the Apex Predator, the Viper. What else can you say? You already know it all about Randy Orton. Randy Orton is the guy. And Orton challenged Samoa Joe here in a match. Joe's talking about how this is his show. He beat the guy that ran it. He beat the guy that was beating everybody. And now Joe said, listen, I ran it now. I'm here. This is my place. And I don't play that. Orton's like, okay. You're going to have to go through me. Who do you think you are? I've been here longer. While you were wrestling in arcades or in high school gyms, I was out here main eventing WrestleMania, getting paid millions. Orton's like, who are you to come around telling me what to do? Orton felt disrespected. And Joe arguably felt very disrespected as well. So Joe had to defend his territory. As a new champ, you have to do that. You can't allow somebody to take what's yours and what you work for. And Joe wasn't going to allow that. I don't think he should have allowed that. And truth be told, Orton overstepped his bounds in that situation. But maybe that's what he wanted to. Because at the end of the day, Orton is very smart. And maybe what he wanted all along is to get this match in the main event of SmackDown Live against your new World Heavyweight Champion. Samoa Joe. Okay, let's just talk about Samoa Joe for a second. Samoa Joe is tough. This guy, what can you say when people say Joe's gonna kill you? Joe is gonna kill you. A lot of people are like, you can't see me. Oh, I'm so great, this and that. No, they say Joe's gonna kill you. If that's how people see you, that must mean your competition is in some trouble. And I think at WrestleMania, Samoa Joe proved that when you go against him, you're in some trouble. And honestly, if you believe anything differently, you better say your prayers when you go against Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is not the one you want to mess around with. Samoa Joe is the guy around here. He is not just any wrestler. That's why he has that belt. That's why he claims this is his yard. Because he's not just some wrestler. He's Samoa freaking Joe, and he's gonna kill you and rip your head off if you go against him and talk down on him bad. And hopefully, Randy Orton learns that lesson tonight. He's a veteran, but let's see what happens. As Orton comes right out the gate trying to swing at Joe, but Joe is gonna have to come out here swinging as Orton's gonna try to take it to him, and Orton's trying to show Joe what's up. But so far, it's Joe. This is Joe right out the gate all the way. Randy Orton, here we'll talk. So Randy Orton has had trouble finding ways to stay relevant. He has had trouble finding a way to stay relevant. As the new crop of guys has appeared, as the new crop of guys have become into dominance, into the main scene here in Universe mode, Randy Orton has had trouble staying at that top slot that he's been so accustomed to over the years. And maybe that's been a problem for Orton. You would have to assume that would have to be. If you're coming from a spot that you're so comfortable in, you've always been there, you've always been at these top seed positions, and now you're not sitting there anymore, you gotta think in your mind, what's different? What am I doing wrong? What do I have to do to get back there? What do I have to do to go back up to the top? And now you see a guy like Samoa Joe coming in from the indies, and you're like, okay, I didn't have to do it like you did it. I'm from a legacy. I'm from a dynasty family here. So what are you talking about? This is your yard. I've been here. I paid my dues. I grew up here. What are you talking about? You run this. And Joe is like, yo, I earned this. You were handed this. And at the end of the day, Samoa Joe, as you clearly are seeing right now, you're witnessing it, that Samoa Joe, he's definitely a little hurt after last night. The difference between Orton and Joe had a championship match at WrestleMania not even a week ago. Orton was sitting at home. So Orton's able to give Joe some offense right now, but look at Joe. He's definitely showing you that he's not a slouch at all. Joe's defense is A1. A1 defense. And now he's bringing it with the offense as well. After just having a crazy, epic WrestleMania match where he threw everything, he put his body on the line, and he just was non-stop having an assault. Okay, Samoa Joe is just that guy. Randy Orton, he needs to realize, yes, Orton is cunning, yes, Orton is smart, but Joe is smart. Joe doesn't just act off of brute force. Joe isn't like some guys that have slid through these universe mode doors. He's not like a lot of these guys. Some guys slide through here and they think that they're so great and they think that they're so smart, but they're just strong. Joe got a mind to go with that body. And the thing is, Samoa Joe uses it to his advantage. The same way you're seeing Orton use it to his advantage. Orton has gotten a couple covers here. But the thing is that you're seeing right now with Randy Orton is, Orton is showing you why they call him the Apex Predator. He stalks certain body parts. He uses those to his advantage to try to then get you down and use those to his advantage throughout the match. That's how Randy Orton does it. He is continuously studying your mind, continuously studying how you move, and the different thing that you do, your tells almost, in a lot of ways. What will Samoa Joe do? How will he react? How will he go about certain... Samoa Joe go for the cover now. 1, 2, 3. Samoa Joe goes for the cover, and he is the winner here tonight. See, again, Joe didn't need to have anything flashy. He didn't need to come in here and have a 20-30 minute match. He did what he had to do. He handled Randy Orton, and he came in here. Joe is hurt. He just had a crazy match not even 3 days ago with Wade Barrett. Joe beat. He's battered. He's hurt. So he came in here, did what he had to do. Nothing flashy. Showed Orton he was boss. And he showed him, hey, next time you want to run your mouth, remember who I am. And I'm sure Randy Orton and the rest of that locker room that's going to step to Joe is going to now know, if they didn't already know, who Samoa Joe is and that he's not the one you want to mess with. And if you're going to step to him, you better have your P's and Q's in line and better say a prayer right before, because Samoa Joe is going to take you to church and he's going to put you through the ringer. Because that's what Samoa Joe does. Because Joe's going to kill you.